I have 25 new Minecraft seeds that could be perfect for you to use in the new Mounts of Mayhem update. I have beautiful mountains, awesome structures, incredible continent seeds, and much more. Let's go ahead and find out if one of them is the seed you want to use for your next world. This beautiful spawn valley between frozen peaks and jagged peaks gets interrupted by a woodland mansion about halfway through. But maybe this is a great place to stop at on your way through the valley or assign to build something of your own in it. But before continuing, I just want to remind you that I play on Java Edition. Seeds on Java Edition and Bedrock Edition have the same terrain, but structure generation and locations are different. So just know that Java Edition is the only version you'll find the structures in this video like the mansion. There really is so much potential with a natural valley like this. My first thought is having it as a road of travel and having some buildings on the sides of the mountains like shops or something. I'd love to know what types of ideas you have for a place like this. This is definitely one of my favorite continent island seeds I've found yet. The biggest reason for that is because you spawn into the world right next to some mountains, which actually form a Caldera type area. Half of it is frozen peaks with pale garden and dark forest, and the other side is jungle and forest with stony peaks. Having 2 villages and a jungle temple on the island is great too, and of course there's a nice selection of biomes too. Overall, just such a great place to spawn into a world. A spawn like this is so perfect for building. The elevated terrain behind the plains biome is just such a great backdrop to any sort of build. The fact that most of it is cherry grove is just awesome, and I'd probably convert this forest spot to look more like a cherry grove. And depending on the build, I may make more dripstone cave areas like this. There's really so much potential with an area like this. Survival Island will always be one of my favorite ways to play Minecraft and some of my favorite types of seeds to find. It may be more difficult to find those mini island spawns now, but one like this gets the job done all the same. Just one tree, some grass, some sand, some animals, some gravel. You're well on your way to surviving with all that, not much more you need. The spawn of this seed is in a big mountain range that reaches up towards the generation height limit. Flying around, all you can see is snow, stone, and ores, along with some patches of dripstone cave too. For perspective on how high up this is, I have my cloud set just above the generation height limit, and you can see that the terrain flattens out right at the top. There's lots of ideas for this, but I'd like to see what somebody could build down in the plains biome with those tall mountains as a background. This week I created a video for my channel members showing how I find giant mountain seeds, and I showed 5 more seeds too. If you'd like to see that or support the channel a bit more, go ahead and click the join button below to learn all about that. As always, thanks so much to all of my channel members and to everyone for any and all support shown to the channel. This seed has a stronghold under spawn, and above ground we get a desert temple and village. The village is abandoned, and the temple has 4 chests for loot, of course. There's also a mesa nearby too. Underneath this water cave, you'll be able to find the stronghold. I'll give you the coordinates to the portal room, but there's tons to explore through the big stronghold like 2 libraries. It's really just so convenient having this so close to spawn. Desert lake villages have been some of my favorite types of seeds to find lately. I just think they look really cool. Not sure what it really is about them, probably just how well the sandstone color pops against the water or something. I do like finding ones that have the mesa nearby too. So yeah, I guess I'll just ask, does anyone else like these too? Mangrove Islands always look pretty cool, and I actually get people asking me to find them pretty often. This one has a few other biomes, with the sparse jungle, the plains, the beach, and the windswept savanna. There's also some mushroom fields in the distance too. But I always like to know what you would build in the actual mangrove swamp. There's usually some really creative ideas, so I'd love to know what everyone would build here. This seed has every biome within less than 1500 blocks of spawn. You spawn here in a plains biome with a nice view of some mountains, and honestly, this area alone is a great place to build a spawn base, even without knowing that you have all the biomes in a close distance. The only downside to these seeds is some of the biomes end up being pretty small, like the cherry grove. And well, there's a mushroom fields biome here, but clearly it's just ocean and no blocks from the biome actually generated. But yeah, just knowing that all those different building blocks and materials can be found so close to spawn is just so nice. I found a seed with 2 cliff islands at spawn. We get this first island, it's split between a dark forest and old growth taiga, and it's got some lush caves on the side here. Then we get this second island, it's kinda got 2 sections combined with smaller cliffs, it's got a cave on one side here. Yeah, I just always love the look of cliff islands. This Minecraft seed has infinitely repeating mineshafts, but that's not all. Above ground, we have a spawn close to a village. I mean, I'll never complain about spawning near a village, but knowing that we can go down in this cave and go into a mineshaft that never ends until it hits the world border is just awesome. My favorite part of the repeating mineshafts near spawn is that the spider spawners repeat too, so theoretically you could create the biggest spider farm ever. These glitch seeds are always just really cool to see. The villagers in this seed just completely took over this little lake. I'm not really sure why they decided to build on the lake instead of land, but hey, that's their choice, I guess. The elevated terrain though with the cherry grove behind the village looks awesome, so you know what, maybe that's why they decided to build on the lake, so they get that great scenery behind. Whatever the reason though, it does look pretty cool having all those buildings on the water. I really like this mountain seed here. I spawned into the world here in this dripstone crater on the side of the mountain, and I just think the mountain all around looks great. You could build here in the meadow biome with the mountain as a backdrop, or maybe here in the forest. There's a cherry grove here too, which is nice. Plus, there's some other mountains around the area too. Really, there's just so much potential with this one. They may not be the greatest for a survival mode or anything, but I love finding tall woodland mansion seeds. They always just look really cool. This one reaches up to Y level 250, and there's some little cave type things generating around. Inside of the mansion, among tons of rooms to explore, I found this maze room with loot at the end. So yeah, there's a pretty awesome tall woodland mansion. I found this island with mostly warm or hot biomes around it, like the desert, mesa, and savanna. Though we do get some plains, forest, and jungle too. Personally, I just like exploring across Minecraft worlds, and my favorite thing I found in this one is this desert temple village. And on this one, I think it'd be pretty cool to build a desert themed build across the island or something. What ideas do you have for some builds on this island? This beautiful Caldera seed has 3 biomes in the middle valley, and it's made up of 2 different mountain biomes. We get the mountain circle made up of frozen peaks and a smaller section of stony peaks, and then we get the plains, the cherry grove, and the forest in the middle. The village here really adds on to how awesome this seed is too. But yeah, just having all those different biomes in this area is incredible. Every week I show new never before seen Minecraft seeds, and I also create a blog to go with it. It has all the coordinates and seeds in one handy place for each video. Go ahead and check it out with the link in the description after watching the video. Let's just call this Pillager Lake. I spawned into this world up on this elevated forest here, and just a short walk away you can look right over the lake. You can see that the lake is part of the savanna biome with the grass color of the outpost, and there's quite a few cages as a part of it, including a couple of allies. Yeah, these just always look really cool. This Caldera thing was clearly not the ideal living conditions for some villagers. The village has just been left abandoned now. With the frozen peaks surrounding it, this area does look incredible though. The cherry grove definitely helps out with that. But clearly it's just not the ideal place for villagers. But maybe you can change that and reconstruct the village to help them out. I found some villages surrounded by rivers before, and this is the first time I found a frozen one. I mean, the frozen water doesn't work very well as a moat or protection, but it can be used as a place to race boats or something. Just fix up a couple spots and have a race around the village with some friends. I don't know, that's my idea. Do you have any other ideas on how the river could be utilized? The villagers clearly had a bit of trouble living out here surrounded by the mangroves. The village is just abandoned now. Though over here, the villagers seem to be doing just fine. Maybe it's the same villagers that migrated over here? Or these guys just figured out living in the sand is better? They even got a temple built here. Whatever the reason, it's clear that this spawn location didn't work out for the first village. This seed has a mushroom island that forms a ring, and there's a little survival island in the middle of it. Shout out to Estra Dying on Reddit for finding it. You spawn here in a snowy taiga, and just out past the frozen ocean, you'll be able to find the mushroom island. I mean, the ring shape of the mushroom biome is just awesome, but having the survival island right in the middle is just incredible, and the ocean monument being in the middle is really cool too. Just such an incredible Minecraft seed. The spawn area of this seed looks pretty cool. As long as you don't get stuck in the powdered snow, you'll see a pillager outpost all the way up on top of a mountain with 3 peaks. I mean, this is a pretty discreet location for them to set up their tower for their next pillage, but it definitely makes the mountain look unique in terms of world generation. So yeah, pretty cool seed here. I can't even say that you crashed into this island here because it looks like the ship was like backed into the island somewhat carefully. I mean, yeah, it's sunk now, but that could happen over time or something. But regardless, you're out on this island now, so it's up for you to survive here. You've got a dark forest, a beach, and a mini jungle. It's up for you to go ahead and figure out what to do now. I found this big island seed, which is pretty much all cold biomes. This is actually something I've had quite a few requests to find, so hopefully this one is good enough. I'll keep looking for something that I think is better, but for now, hopefully somebody finds this useful. It's got a plains biome to the north with a village, and a forest and plains to the south with a village, and there's a couple of small patches of taiga. But other than that, it's all just different cold biomes. So yeah, a big, cold, frozen island. This seed has a chain of 3 cherry grove circles at spawn. We get this one that we spawn in, and it has a plains biome with a lake in the middle. Then we have this one to the south, which has a little plains biome in the middle. And then we have this third one to the north, which really doesn't complete a full ring, but I'm counting it anyway. So yeah, definitely one of my favorite cherry grove seeds I've ever found. For some more great Minecraft seeds, check out one of the videos on screen now. And check out this week's mystery seed on screen too. Thanks for watching. I'm out of here. See ya.